Hey folks, you got Free Matt here. Obviously, not currently with General Patrick Flynn, but I wanted just to take, say, the middle of the week bump to talk about something I wanted you guys to think about. I was looking at, I think it was a news article the other day, and it was regarding John McCain's family. And I wanted to say, I believe it was his wife, or pardon me, his widow. Apologize for that. Possibly his daughter. And I believe the news story was that the McCains haven't figured out who they were going to back yet. But in the words, even though there's a good chance it's fake news or it's at least watered down news, they they weren't obviously fond of Donald Trump, the president, by the way. There's several things that bothered me about that. It wasn't just that they were saying, "Oh, we're gonna," Well, how about this? We'll start with the first thing that bothers me. The first little thing is if you don't support somebody and then your own party or somebody that is in your tribe or your group, one of the best things you can do is just shut up and not support anybody. And you could always say, "Well, we wanted to withhold comment. We didn't have, we really didn't want to get involved. We don't believe it was our time or our place to be involved." That's a good way to step out of something, especially, as your mom says, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. And I know Donald Trump, he had said some quite some strong things, I guess. And that was even when John McCain was sick, and even when he was not as sick as, well, right before he passed away. But that's something that, guys, I wanted. I guess I know as of lately, a lot of people were like, "Well, you seemed kind of hard or difficult on Donald Trump, President Trump. He is our president, by the way. Electoral College said he's our president. He's our president." But something that kind of bothered me, it was A, and then B, you know, who do you think you are to and this is anybody who would turn against somebody on, even on the fringes of their tribe, and unless there was an honest to God power struggle and you had some type of a big play, that's the only way you would do something like that. And I call it you're not even sucking, you're stabbing. If there's a ladder of success and you feel like stabbing and sucking instead of climbing, you're stabbing. You're just stabbing there, and that sounds butthurt to me. I'm sorry. Look, Oven Mitten Romney and John McCain, they both lost. I said they were both more left than center than I would like to admit. And yeah, a ton of people voted for him because they thought, well, at least they were Republicans. Well, the true flavors are shining now. I mean, you could see where they're coming from and where they're going. And now I'm just telling you. I said, be careful, be wary of things like that. Um, Honestly, will tell you, as hard as I've been on Donald Trump, I said he was a bit of an actor and he has that flair to him. But if I had to tell you something, picking a side, I'd tell you to pick Donald Trump's side. He is a strange character, but that's the closest to a non-politician we're going to get in office. We said we already had one actor, and that was Ronald Reagan, but the man was governor. He's the governor of California. But folks, if I could relay anything to you is uh, obviously roll with this guy. And I'm not saying he's personality wise he's the greatest. He's really really rough around the edges, but he probably needs your support because there's plenty of people in his own party that are selling him out and stabbing him behind the back. And I don't mean physically. I meant metaphorically, politically. And there's plenty of people that aren't doing their jobs that are collecting checks. They're collecting checks, and his administration that are career bureaucrats and leeches, as I like to call them. But if I tell you to pick a side, man, just feel free to pick the side. And I know people are, well, I don't want to look bad. I don't want to feel bad. Hey, this might hurt me later on. Who cares, man? Bone up, dude. Step up to the line, put your toes on the line, throw fists and elbows, have a blast. All right, folks? Just ball up. I don't care if you're a woman. Ovary up, if you want to call it that. Put your ovaries on the line. Throw your fist wildly. Love the men in your life. Love the man in your life. DJT. Donald John Trump. All right? There ain't a whole lot of people behind him that ain't family. There's a very few people. There's a lot of sapsuckers that are riding a free ticket. He's got people right now that see him almost every day that are sapsuckers that are hurting him. But heck, man, just know where this stuff's going. Keep paying attention. Sometimes it's written, and they write a good story to try to sow the seeds of distrust. But these are two people that have blatantly called an audible. And you know what? Just hang on, man. If I had to tell you to pick between those three sets of people, I tell you to hang out with Donald J. Trump. That's a hilarious dude. He's all right. You heard me. He's all right. All right, folks. That was a short little midweek bump. It ain't midweek yet, but it's midweek somewhere. Please take care of yourself. Support your troops. Send them a letter with with some naughty photos in it. Tell them you love them. All right? I love you. Take care of yourself.